Hey, welcome back guys. So today on this video, we are talking about your Propwire account, and more specifically, I'm going to quickly answer a question I keep getting a lot on my other video, and that is, how do you find an absentee owner list in Propwire? So let's go ahead and talk about this. First off guys, real quick video, not too many steps involved, so be sure to stick around to the end of the video. But why would you want to find an absentee owner list in Propwire anyways? Well, that's pretty easy. If you're running a wholesale business, you know that your marketing dollars are going to go much further if you have a targeted audience, and absentee owners are a popular list. Whatever the case is, it's a pretty easy process. It's handled here in your Propwire account. Check my video description. I'll try to leave the written instructions there as well. But I've already logged into my Propwire account, and this is the home screen. Now here on the home screen, if you want to find a list of absentee owners, I want to let you know there's a lot of different ways you can do this. So I'm going to show you how I do it, because there's a lot of different ways you can filter these absentee owner lists out. So first thing you're going to want to do is go ahead and choose your market area. So this could be a county, it could be a city, it could even be a zip code, or even just a small few block radius. That's up to you. For me personally, I like to work in zip codes. Now, if you live in a rural area, you might need to zoom out into the city or even the county to build up a list sufficient enough to send out mailers or to be dialing. So for the purpose of this video, let me go ahead and just type in a zip code. Okay, I just typed in a zip code. I'm going to click on it. Okay, so once you click on the area, it's going to show you how many properties it's searching for. So in this particular zip code, it looks like there's close to 14,000 properties. Next, what you're going to want to do is click right here on lead types. Once you do that, the cool thing about Propwire is they've already sorted it out by absentee owners. So click on absentee owners. Okay, you can see it narrows it down. So now we're working with about 3,900 properties. So you could send out to this particular list, but I would recommend you're going to narrow it down a little bit further. So just kind of move down the line here. So click on this line right here, property types. For me personally, I like to work with single family homes. If you like to work with multifamily, you can click here and you can add more than one. So for example, I'm going to click on single family, and then maybe you want to go ahead and add in commercial properties as well. So that's up to you. You're going to see that little check next to it. For me, I'm just going to choose only single family. Next here on the price, this is kind of important because the prices are going to be all over the place. Maybe your target market is going to be between 200 and 600,000. There's no sense in you looking for properties that are, 2 million, 3 million, because it's not really in your target price anyways. So what I'm going to do is I'm normally going to go ahead and click on estimated value. And then I'm going to go ahead and choose 200 up to 600,000 right here. Okay, so now you can see it dropped it down to about 1,700 properties. So that's a pretty good list, but I'm still going to keep filtering this down personally, because if I'm going to be sending out mailers or I'm going to be calling, I want to make it worth my time. So normally what I'm going to do is I'm going to click here on more. Once you're here on more, I'm going to click here on owner filters. Okay, once you do that, when you're looking for absentee owners, you can do absentee owners in state or out of state. So if you do in state, it is possible that the absentee owner lives 2 houses down. But if you prefer to market to people who are out of the state of the property, so for example, if this property is in Oregon, we don't want to contact anyone in Oregon. We only want to contact somebody who's maybe in Texas or New York, because they're going to have a little bit more motivation because they're so far away from the property. You can do that by clicking here, out of state. Also here on owner type, me personally, when I am working a deal, I like to work with individuals. I don't really like to work with businesses. So I'm going to check individual. Also right here, properties owned by owner. So normally what I'm going to do is I'm going to do maximum 3, because if the owner owns 30, 40 different properties, they're a seasoned investor. In my personal opinion, the negotiation right there, they're pretty firm. They're not really willing to move around as much as an individual owner, but that's just my experience. And years of ownership, I'm usually going to put minimum 3 years, because if they just bought the property, within a year or two, it's not really likely you're going to be able to get a deal. Okay, so let's go ahead and click on save and close. Okay, you can see it dropped down to 183 properties. So the more filters you put onto this absentee owner list, the more motivation factors it's going to be. Also, one other thing that I forgot to add in is I'm going to click here on more, and I'm going to click on financial filters. Okay, so this one right here, unless I'm going to be buying the property sub 2, I'm usually looking for at least 50% equity. So I'm going to go ahead and adjust this right here. So we're going to do 50% to 100% equity. There's no sense in me sending out mailers to a property that has no equity if I'm going to be wholesaling the deal. So let me click on save and close. Okay, so now you see we dropped it down to 120 different properties. So now what we can do is we can go ahead and just check the boxes. Okay, and then you want to click on this green button here. Okay, so here is your list of absentee owners. So you can go ahead and download the list. With Propwire, you can go ahead and skip trace directly from their website. There is a cost associated with that, but generally I'll just click here on download. And then I'm going to click on download only. Okay, here you can go ahead and include the information for the download. I usually go ahead and include everything. So there you have it, guys. If you're looking to find an absentee owner list using Propwire, that's the easiest way I know how to do it. If you know an easier way, be sure to leave a comment below. Let the rest of us know how you did it. Hopefully you found that video useful. If so, click thumbs up or maybe consider subscribing to my channel, and I hope to see you on the next video. Thanks again for watching.